Then I prayed, hear us, our God, for we are being mocked. May their scoffings fall back on their own heads, and may they themselves become captives in a foreign land. Do not ignore their guilt. Do not blot out their sins, for they have provoked you to anger here in front of the builders. Nehemiah 4, the verse 4 to the verse 5. Nehemiah was a cupbearer in Persia. When we say cupbearer in the palace or in royalty, it means whenever the king tastes wine or drink, the person is being offered to taste it before giving to the king. It's even in our local kingship system. And so Nehemiah was at a high-ranking position. He was in exile. He was a Jewish. And although he found himself in that high-ranking position in Persia, his heart was still at home where he belongs. And so one day, the people of Jerusalem visited Persia. Nehemiah asked about the walls of Jerusalem, and the people told him it was in a bad situation. It was in a bad condition. Nehemiah feared God and loved God and served God faithfully. And so because of that, he wanted to go back to his homeland and rebuild the walls of Jerusalem. He asked the king of Persia for his approval, and God being on his side, the king approved and even gave him letters to serve to the other rulers so they can give him resources and help him. Indeed, God answered him. He prayed to God. God answered him, and his request was granted. Nehemiah moved to Jerusalem, where he wanted to start rebuilding the walls. He called the people. They all came. But something happened. Whenever God wants to rebuild, recreate, or rebrand something, there is always an opposition. An opposition stood Sanballat and Tobiah. Sanballat was also another ruler in Samaria, and Tobiah was an Ammonite. They stood against the rebuilding of the wall. But God was on the side of Nehemiah. And when you read the Nehemiah 4, the verse 4 to the verse 5, he prayed to God. He prayed to God, and God answered him. They started the journey. He called the people together. They came together, and indeed they succeeded in building the wall. It got to a point when the people became fed up with the opposition because they were threatening them with letters. Sanballat mocked and said the wall will break even if a fox walk on it. It got to a point where they all became fed up with the opposition because of the threats. And so Nehemiah had to devise a way where they can rebuild the wall. And so they divided themselves. While some were rebuilding, some also stood as watchmen to watch over the men who were building. With determination, they overcame. Today, this story is not just because of Nehemiah or not because of Sanballat and Tobiah, but because I realized there is a lesson from this story that we all can learn from. From the beginning of this year, a lot has happened. We've gone through a lot. Tell God that any opposition disguising themselves in your life, who is behaving like Sanballat and Tobiah in your life, today God should take them out. Pray to God that the Lord should remove any Sanballat or any Tobiah in your life, so that your recreation, your rebranding can come to pass. If that does not happen, your recreation, your purpose cannot be fulfilled. The Lord should keep them mute. Whenever they strike, the Lord should be at our defense like he did to Nehemiah and the people. They were able to rebuild the wall within 54 days. They all came together and they did it. And so pray to God at this hour that whoever is in your life behaving like Sanballat and Tobiah, God should keep them mute. The Lord should be at your defense. So your recreation, your rebranding, and your purpose shall be fulfilled. With determination and God on their side, they succeeded and the enemy was put to shame. Don't let the year end without you praying this prayer. Use the Nehemiah 4, the verse 4 to the verse 5. Then go to Psalm 105, the verse 37. He says, And when the Israelites were moving from Egypt, they were loaded with silver and gold. The Lord gave them something to move. And so while He is removing your opposition, He should add gold and silver and step your foot on a land made with milk and honey. Pray this prayer before you enter the next year. Jesus loves you more. Share this, comment, and then like. Jesus loves you more. Bye.